Here is a wild stat that should terrify Kalen DeBoer and Alabama. That's got everything to do with Brent Venables calling the defense. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Do you think the stat that I'm about to tell you is the one to end all stats when it comes to number 8 Oklahoma facing number 9 Alabama in Norman on Friday, canceling class, bigger than the Super Bowl in the state of Oklahoma? My goodness, I'm so excited about this one. Sooners have been playing great football on defense and terrible football on offense, but I've come around thinking, oh, yeah. All right. I feel much better about this. I feel much better about this game. I feel much better about getting into the quarterfinals of the college football playoff and Oklahoma getting its first friggin' win in a college football playoff, even though they made it 2015, 2017, 2018, 2019. Goodness me. First time that Brent Venables got there. Brent Venables got Oklahoma back to the college football playoff before Lincoln Riley get USC there at all. Also going to add in here, this is going to be a top 10 matchup, right? And this is a team that Oklahoma has defeated, and in Tuscaloosa, and this time it's in Norman. Game's already sold out. Good luck to you getting tickets. Getting in the door, we're talking like $700 at the time. I think it's closer to $1,100 now. 85,000 Oklahoma fans just going to go nuts, right? But the wild thing that I think is fascinating about this is what Brent Venables has been able to do the second time against opponents as a defensive coordinator, taking this all the way back 25 years ago to 2000 when Oklahoma played Kansas State in the Big 12 championship game. When we're talking about holding a team that scored 31 points in the first game to 24 in the second. 2002, Oklahoma plays Colorado, a team that had scored 11 points in the first game, scored 7 in the second. 2007, great year for Missouri. Oklahoma plays Missouri. And a team that had scored 31 points in the first offering only scored 17 in the second. And then 2020, Oklahoma plays Notre Dame. And Notre Dame, who had scored, 47 points the first time they had played against Brent Venables' team, scored just 10 in the second time. Now, a lot of this comes back to what team was Brent Venables coaching at the time. Sometimes Oklahoma, sometimes it was not, right? 2020 Notre Dame? Obviously not. It's obviously Clemson. But this is a Brent Venables stat. This is not an Oklahoma stat. But I'm pointing out all these ways in which they played once and then they played again, and it was good and it was great for the team that Brent Venables was coaching. So the wild stat here is Brent Venables is 5-0 in rematches. 5-0. You know what I'm saying? Undefeated is more of a point. And he said, I didn't know that it was actually that good. I thought it would have been a little better. But Brent Venables sees you one time. It's like a great hitter who's seen a pitcher's offerings coming up for that second time at the plate. He's seen what you got. He knows what you're going to try to do. And now he knows what pitch to look for so he can crush it. That is what Brent does. He's so good at seeing what it is that an offense is trying to do and building a defense around it to stop them doing that exactly. Matter of fact, gave a really great quote about this. As he said, look, the 4 games, right, where he's faced an opponent over again, it's as simple as being in a game of execution. He said exactly that. This is a game of execution. This is a game of physicality. They're going to know your DNA, and it still comes down to executing either side of the ball. And so let's get better at what we do. I think that it was a message to our guys is improving, and that's a real thing. You do that through intentionality, through a lot of self-analysis and evaluation. I think that's incredibly important, and that you have, that you have honest, even that it's important that you're honest even through victory. You have to be honest in your conversations. Now, some of this is coach speak. Some of this is Brent Venables is actually saying, hey, this is how we tie our shoes. This is how we put on our socks. This is what step we lead with when we are going to fill, right? One of the things I find really fun about Brent Venables' defense is his linebackers don't take false steps. I know it seems small, especially if you are a football fanatic, but if you are watching his inside linebackers, they don't move until they know where they're going. And usually they know where they're going at the snap. They're not watching high hat, low hat. They know where they're going. They're letting the play come to them and they're shooting the gap. There's no pitter patter. There's just bang. They're just gone. And that's how they're into the backfield. It's really fun to watch. Now, in the first time that Crimson Tide and Oklahoma played, Alabama put up 406 yards of offense. I don't think they're going to get anywhere close to that this time because now you know what Ty Simpson and Ryan Grubb want to do. And you also know that they got a hard time running the football here late. Yeah, now had to get 3 turnovers in that game and had to have an 87-yard pick six. But had to is one way of saying it. Another one is that defense is just that good. They're just that good. And they've been that good all year. Took a while to get to the turnovers, but once they got the turnovers coming, they're coming fast. And you can expect them to be having active hands and going after the ball. And if you're looking at him and you're looking at the program, the way in which you win national championships is by having that sort of defense at a place like Oklahoma. It's easy to say we play championship defense. But right now, if you're looking at the college football playoff, the best teams in America all have championship defenses. Texas Tech's amazing on defense. Indiana's amazing on defense. Ohio State's amazing on defense. Georgia is amazing on defense. James Madison, been good against Sun Belt teams. We'll see what they can do against a Power 4 opponent and what I think is the second best team in the Big Ten, right? Alabama has been getting better on defense, but are they amazing on defense? I think they're good. I think they're really good. I don't know that they're amazing on defense, right? And that's what you got to be to win national championships. As a matter of fact, that's how Georgia has done it under Kirby Smart. They don't need a 1,000-yard rusher. They don't need a 1,000-yard receiver. They need an offense that stays out of the way of a devastating defense every single year. They held this Alabama team to -3 yards rushing because they ended up putting Ty Simpson on his back. Oklahoma can do that. Oklahoma can do that going away, and it doesn't need to have John Mateer play the best football game because Gunnar Stockton didn't have to play the best football game. Didn't have to have Isaiah Satanga come up with a great play or Deion Burks come up with a great play or even a run game that is anything more than serviceable, though it does need to be serviceable because you got to be able to eat the clock. Don't turn the ball over and let the defense go win the football game. That's how Oklahoma won the 7th national championship and hasn't won one since. But if Oklahoma's going to go on a run and win 4 in a row, it will be this defense, and it will be Brent Venables calling it. I feel great about that. I really do. I feel great about that. If Oklahoma goes down because Brent Venables is calling a defense and you're able to beat him, fine. Ole Miss was able to do that, but it's also John Mateer didn't do the defense any services. Like, when you look at the games that Oklahoma lost this year, right, the offense did nothing. And even in the game that they lost that was really lopsided to Texas, Texas only scored 23 points. Not like they put up 50. If the offense can just be serviceable and let the defense go be elite, sky's the limit for this team. I'm serious about it. Like, this stat of being 5-0 the second time I get to see you, and then you're giving Brent time to see your film over and over again, and by halftime he's making the adjustments, hell yeah. That's what he does. And frankly, that's how Oklahoma has always, like, Oklahoma fans would tell you, and I'll be the first one to yell that, I'd much rather have a dominating, devastating defense than a dominating, devastating offense. When we had one, it was great, right? Scoring points is great. Winning the Heisman Trophy is great. Having number 1 overall picks is great. Couldn't win a college football playoff game. Couldn't beat teams with great defenses. Because great defenses not only can stop your offense, they can also score. And Oklahoma has won football games this year because the defense scored. Fumble return for a touchdown by that dude, R. Mason Thomas. The Bowen brothers showing up big, taking the ball out the air, running it back, right? And then special teams. Tate Sandell is a weapon, absolute stud, right? That's the Lou Groza Award winner for me. It's that simple. Play great defense, elite defense, be good on special teams, get 6 when you can as offense. Don't give the ball to the other team. That alone will win you football games. That right there can win you the national championship.